This is where you'll be eating. Says it takes 140 comfortably, and there'll be all sides on the tent, and 2 diesel heaters on either end, blowing warm air through. So he said it'll never be cold.
Well, the pint of Guinness is 4.75 carve. We're actually switching that to Heineken as that's 4.95. So the spirits are 4.50. You know, they're not Four Seasons prices. They're a little bit more than the local pub, but you know our costs are higher and it's very affordable. You know, I've never had anyone whinging about our drink prices here. You know, they are reasonable.
I'd say 450 for a pint, yeah?
Yeah. 4.75 for
Yeah.
Guinness, and then 4.95 for when we're taking out the Carlsberg, putting in Heineken, and that's 4.95, which is very reasonable. You know, you'd be lucky to find a pint anywhere in Dublin now under
Yeah,
five. You know, and then we have the Dungarvan beers. They're a bit more. They're 6.75 for the bottles. It's just a very high cost item. So if you want to go and drink the posh beers, we also have the single malt whiskies which cost more as well. So you have the option if you want to go for the sort of pouring brands which are cheaper, or if you want to do the good stuff, you pay a bit more. And that's a great space. And we have the wood burning stove at the back, which keeps this room really toasty right throughout the evening. And then in here is the dancing. There's another way back onto the marquee then. And you can see the light is always working. I'll just turn it off. The spotlight, the disco ball goes on a motor.
100 people, yeah. My mother.
Yeah, it's just to be your mum.
But what's really nice is you can be in here, dancing away, and the music's pretty loud in here. But more importantly, you can be in the bar having a pint and chatting to your friend, and you feel part of the dancing. The music will carry through, but it's not deafening that you can't have a chat.
Yeah.
A lot of the parents' generation have a real problem with the wedding in one room because as soon as the music starts, they just
You know what
they
I
just can't cope.
appreciate about having the dance floor in here as opposed to I'm a terrible dancer, but when I have a few, I'm like embarrassing.
I'm like you. I
So
dance like a
what I like
drunken
is
moose
that
on ice.
when I'm in here making a tit of myself, there won't be a whole lot of people sat around me watching because
Exactly,
everybody else
on
will be
view.
doing the same thing.
Exactly.
And what's up there?
This is what we call the playroom. It's for grown-ups, not for kids.
That makes it sound a bit swingery.
So there's a bit of drunken ping pong up here, and a few people just crashing out in the comfy chairs. So if you want to sort of get a bit of time out, you can come up here and
Nice.
relax. So there's lots of seating for the guests. Sometimes they remain seated at their table in the big marquee. Some sit here. The bar is busy. The dancing area is busy. The smoking area is always pretty busy.
And smoking
And up
area
here is not
covered.
busy. The smoking area, no, well you've got all the leaves on the trees,
Right.
which are there is a covered smoking area around the back and farmyard as well.
I will be well off them by then.
Yeah.
But
Drunken ping pong, you say?
Yeah. So it's not very busy up here, but it just gives people another option. And then if you have a band travelling from a long way away and they want to be fed, then we feed them up here, while everyone else is being fed down in the main marquee.
There probably actually won't be that many smokers, will there? It's about the 50 of them, 50 Australians, there'll be hardly any.
your dad.
Yeah. And then we use this blue willow pattern china. It's very similar to what you ate off the other night, the blue willow pattern. We have really good quality English fiddle style cutlery from Sheffield. And then we use these plates for the starters and the puddings, and then the main course we have slightly bigger, whiter plates. And then these are the lanterns which they're welcome to use. Some people might have grey on its own, and then have tea lights around it with a flowers vase, a fresh flowers. Some people might have yellow and grey, or red and grey, or you could just have single colours on different colours on each table. So they're very welcome to use them if they want, or if they want to bring their own, then that's up to them. No problem. And then we always take a lot of trouble to style the place. We dim all the lights down, and we put little flowers on the windowsills and candles. So we do an awful lot of the decorating, and all they have to think about is the flowers. They can order what a lot of people are doing now. Is either if they haven't got time, they need to bring a florist in, or else what a lot of couples are doing is they'd rope in friends and family to do it, and they can order flowers wholesale from the flower market in Cork, and they'll deliver them here on Thursday morning, and then you can spend Friday afternoon a couple of hours finishing the table favours and doing the flowers. It's only sort of 14, 15 tables. It's not going to take that long. And fresh flowers in vases, fresh flowers in season look fantastic, and the kind of style of the place lends itself to just lazy wildflower arrangements. You don't need to have a 8 foot high tower.
Yeah.
And I'll just show you the loos and showers for the glampers. Sorry about the smell. We're just emptying us.
I saw the slurry tank, all right.
I figured it wasn't going to be there for the wedding.
It doesn't hover over the place. It shows the rest. So this is.
And there's a bit of toilets as well for the wedding guests as well, it will?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the loos for the wedding guests, and we have loos in the house as well, which you probably saw.
Yeah,
when
we
you
saw
came
them,
past.
yeah.
So when they come here, they don't need to leave the building again. Really, they can party here. So this is Boars and then Sows next door. And they're all fully centrally heated and properly insulated. It's still quite warm because we had the heating on over the weekend today. So see, it's retained the heat. And then we have hundreds of umbrellas, so we hand them out as people would leave the house and then walk down, from the house to the marquee. We just hand these out at the back door. I'll show you the showers are through here. And this is where sometimes people smoke, if it's very heavy rain. And we've got the showers here. So each shower cubicle has a sink and shelf to put your wash bag and coat hooks, and there's an overhead mirror, and then the shower is here. And we provide all the shampoo, so it's fully service standard. It's not when we make all the bags up. And then there's plenty of hot water. We're just using it for storage at the moment, and then we're going to gear them all out. We've got
5 cubicles in it.
there's 5 showers, yeah.
And there's dirt. This is all use of all this around here as well, is it? Or is it kind of...
Well, generally the guests don't come out this way,
Yeah.
This is sort of
Why would you bother?
backyard. We've got a big car park down below, where all the cars are parked. And then the drivers would just walk up through the gravel and into the garden this way, and they'd offload their passengers at the front door. Yeah, the glampers we leave this open all night for the glampers. We lock the bar up, at 3 in the morning, we shut everything down, and then the glampers, this will be left open at night, and the glampers can come in and out as they wish.
And what about for the people staying? Do they get residence bar?
We don't do a residence
No.
bar. No, 3 o'clock is the absolute last drink. I'm sorry about that. We're just not able to do it because we have to be up doing breakfast and lunch the next morning. And if you wanted an all night long residence bar, then but it's very generous. Most places blow the whistle at 1:30, 2. We serve until 3 o'clock. The music finishes at 3, and then it's usually well after 4 by the time the last bus goes home. And it's pretty, by the time they get back to the hotel, it's 5:30, whatever, or 5 o'clock. So it's pretty. We just don't do the
I mean, the glampers are free to have a bottle of wine in their
exactly. They can
tent
party
and that. Yeah,
back
they
in
can
the
be
hotel.
fine.
Yeah. And I know what my friends are. They all get a bit messy at that time. They kind of need to be told to bed. Because, even though they don't want to at the time, they're always very grateful the next morning. And if you're having a lunch the next day, the day's complete write-off of everybody raging till 10 in the morning. I'll just show you the glamping tent as well.
And the civil ceremony in the house, it's not one of the rooms we've seen already, isn't
It
it?
will be in the drawing room, yeah. And how many guests again were they think of having?
I think it's 100,
100,
yeah.
Because we can actually sit down. We can sit in the drawing room in the main house. We can sit 80 down maximum. So what we do for groups larger than that is just standing room only, and then we have a few rows of chairs for the grannies. Or some people might hire a marquee and have it outside if they really wanted to have it outdoors, even in the rainy
Civil
conditions.
ceremony would be okay outdoors.
Yeah, well, the Humanist Society have just been.
Oh, that's it. You can do it in the woods or something. My wife was saying.
For civil ceremonies,
Oh,
which is
right.
brilliant. Yeah.
So they could do the wedding in the woods as well.
Yeah, and that would be legal.
It would be legal.
Yeah. And what they did last year, some people might have had a small family civil ceremony in the drawing room on Friday afternoon, because the civil registrars, they don't work on weekends either. It's ridiculous, they only work Monday to Friday. So sometimes we had a very small ceremony just for family and close friends at sort of 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon, and then on Saturday we'd have the big blessing in the woods, and everyone would come then. So they're all sort of dotted up either side, and then you can see where they were last year on the footprints. And sort of rubber sheeting down, and then They're very
And you just leave them up the whole time then, the whole summer, would you?
the whole winter, the whole summer long. Yeah. Come on in.
Ow, my shoulder.
You've got a bad back, have you?
No, I pulled a muscular crack
Oh, yeah,
nerve
yeah,
on my
sorry.
shoulder
Making
yesterday,
you bend down.
and
So
it's
they're
just,
really luxurious, and we're actually all the tents we're dipping them in chemical next week because they've got a bit mildewed over. I unpacked 3 of them, and I was really upset when I saw the mildew. And they're very 100% waterproof. They don't leak, but they just need to be dipped in chemical for 3 days,
so they
and
look
then they'll be
prettier.
good as new then when they come up. We tested one, and then yeah, they have proper beds. You can see the sort of futon style bed base, and proper mattress, sheets, pillows, duvets. You get the glamping box with little bits of food. Tea light chandelier, as I said, provides light and heat. And then
And how much are the tents for?
150 for 1 night B&B, and then 225 for 2 nights. So you get a discount if you want to stay 2 nights. And then it includes full Irish breakfast the next morning as well.
Do you have sample wedding menus to have a look at?
Yes, yeah.
Lovely. Ow. God, you're going to have a long day with me.
Yeah, I'll send you the email we sent already, and that has all the menus.
Oh,
And
it
everything
does.
like that. Yeah, we've sent everything out to them. Yes, we all have the solar lights, and then we have solar lighting along the pathways as well, just to guide you through the night. They're not very bright lights, they just give you enough light to guide you through. So you're suffering, you're waiting up on the garden and birds tweeting and stuff. Okay. Whereabouts? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Gorgeous. Yeah. Yeah. It is. Yeah. See, that's it. It's quite stressful when you do it yourself. You know, if you're busy or you know you're not that long at home. Yeah. But it's quite stressful doing it at home, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody feet as well.
Yes. The shoes okay.
They doves, is it?
Doves, yeah. Fantail doves.
Think.
And then normally we have the croquet set up here. There's an Indian tent on the middle lawn that we normally set up, and that's where we display the wedding cake. And we've got stripy deck chairs everywhere, you know, tables for people to rest their drinks on. So the garden all looks very
So that
festive.
would all be ready and
Yeah, that's all
people to
included
enjoy.
in the price, and let's do lighting, lights all the pathways up. So it all looks very festive, and you know the wedding it's good fun. I'll just show you the wall garden and the location where we normally have the ceremonies.
Did you say anything about the humanists actually? Do they care about the humanists?
I don't know. Well, sure, if the humanist one is legal, they might as well do it. It's nice to have it out.
Why, what is the humanist? What's the humanists'
Well,
philosophy
it's a
or?
non-religious association, and they are now have just been approved as legal marriage solemnizers, and yeah, and you know it's an alternative to having a religious wedding ceremony. And they're very good to deal with. You know, they're very conscientious, and they do a really good job actually.
Yeah.
They're quite sort of friendly,
And
you
can
know,
that be organised through?
yeah, well, I can give I've emailed the details of the Humanist Society, and they just email the weddings coordinator, and they book them in,
Yeah.
and they sort out I don't know how much they charge, but I mean they work all that out themselves.
And they'll manage to work on a Saturday or.
Oh yeah, they work any day,
Yeah.
and they work outside. You know, whereas
Working on a
the civil,
Saturday.
the HSE, they only do Monday to Friday, and it has to be in a room that in a building
Yeah.
that's been pre-approved.
We
Which is a bit
we
of a
got
joke.
married in the courthouse in
Yeah.
Dungarvan.
Hello. Yeah, so this is the veggie garden, and we grow a vast amount of veg here, and we're just sowing at the moment, and you know it's a bit early in the season, especially with the very cold winter. Everything just stopped growing. So you know, come June, you know it'll all be exploding everywhere. We have 14 different kinds of salad leaf, 4 kinds of potato, spinach, chard, runner beans, peas, broad beans, you know, and the loganberries along the wall. And, you know, this is a herb. that's all been cut back in the winter. So whatever's growing, it ends up on the menu at the time of year.
And what about canopies then?
Yeah, we do canopies as well. You know, I'll give you the menus for those. And there's a lovely double beech hedge up here.
Roses as well, wouldn't it?
It would. They're getting a photographer, I take it.
I'd assume so, yeah. Not going to do this and not get a photographer.
It would be crazy, alright.
And this is a fantastic backdrop for photographs. And we've had a few smaller ceremonies here. You wouldn't get 100 people up here. You know, we've had 50 odd. You know.
And this is where the humanist. This is where you do it.
The other side of the wall. I'll take
Okay.
you out there now. It's just this is one. You know, you can have the
Photos,
ceremony any way you like. You know. This is a lovely backdrop for photographs. There's a cute little potting shed. You know, some couples have had their wedding photos inside the potting shed, which is full of. You know, it's like the barn. You know, it's the old stone walls and all the gardening tools.
I think we should get divorced.
And get married again.
We
Yeah?
can get married again.
Are they coming back anytime
They're
soon?
not.
they're
That's the
coming
thing, no.
Until the wedding. That's the problem with Australia. It's just so far away, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's not cheap flying in and out. Enjoying the better weather, I think.
Looking forward to this. When is this? 16 months?
It's a bit away, yeah, alright.
How far away is it?
Yeah.
Your wife was saying you have 25 weddings this year already booked.
We've got 29 weddings booked this year. Yeah,
And how many would you do? You wouldn't. As many as you can, is it?
No, we do about one a weekend, and then we might do a small one midweek. So you know, in August we'd have a wedding for 40, 50 people maybe midweek, and then at the weekend we'd have a big wedding. Because we need to recover, you know, we just physically and emotionally couldn't do. We're not the kind of venue that does 3 weddings a weekend. No, it's going very well. And the food's great. You know, you tasted the food. You know, we can deliver that quality that you had the other night.
Yeah, it was lovely.
The
The only thing I
tier
didn't like was the
140.
risotto.
Yeah, you didn't like that.
No.
Okay. But you mean that
I
you,
made
you
them
can come
promise
over
they
again?
wouldn't have
Well,
risotto.
if they decide to have their wedding, we'll get you over or whoever to come and do the food tasting, and you can choose, you know, different veggie options, and you can choose one that you do like. And this is where we have the blessing. And we, you know, all the grass will be mown, and you know, none of these sticks will be here. We had a lot of high wind last week, so we haven't had a chance to clean it up yet. But this is normally the location of the blessings. We have these sort of timber Second World War army mess chairs that we use for the seats. And we hang hurricane lanterns off the trees, and I have an old army jeep. We normally deliver the groom from the top of the wood just as a little surprise for the guests, and deliver him to his place. And then the bride would come along the back wall with the dad giving her away, I suppose he would. And then yeah, she'd be given away and then come along the wall just the way we came in. So it's lovely up here.
The groom comes on in an army jeep, yeah?
And then, we normally sort of come up down from the top of the wood just as a little surprise. Once the guests are all seated, we come down through with their best man hanging off the back.
It's actually making me want to
And the
cry.
groom's and it sort of kind of sets the whole relaxed tone for the wedding on the day. It's just funny. Or a tractor, if you would rather have a tractor, that's no problem.
I'd say the army
Quite
jeep,
like
the army jeep sounds pretty
Cool.
good.
We've got photos of it on our website, and you can see it. It's got soft top. And then the hydrangeas all would be out in September, so it'd be a fantastic colour up here. You know, you've got purples. And then in May, this is all carpeted with bluebirds. Azaleas all out. The camellias are just starting.